Next time on Dragon Ball Z. Oh, that was good. That was fun. Wait for Xenoverse 2, Lavellen. I love murder mysteries. Speaking of DB, I'm really hyped for the next DBS story arc. Yes, it was sad. Sad to see how Cassie ended up. Future Trunks arc. This is great. I'm so happy I was able to join in. I really missed Hark streams. I need to become a regular again. Hooray! Yeah, let's just see how we'll interact with kids Trunks of all. Telltale needs to release like 5 more new games so we'll never run out of LS to attend. Live streams to attend. Hark, you should do a murder mystery hangout sometime, like for Halloween. If you don't, I might. Oh, I'm wondering how that would work. Because I'd have to, that would be, oh. That's an interesting idea. Huh. I might do that as a murder. Very interesting. Okay, well, I'll have to think, I'll have to see. That's a very good idea. I will have to think on this. Ashley Birch. Special side quests in the campaigns, maybe still need to catch up. Oh yeah, Q&A time. Hark, I miss you so much. I miss watching streams. How are you? Aw, thank you, Inquisitor Lavellen. I am doing quite well. I am actually, right now, I am in between jobs. I am doing some job interviews. So, I am about to take a trip, next week. I am leaving first to Utah to visit and hang out with Riz Grestar. If you know Riz, he's one of the YouTubers that I did a Let's Hang with. I've done a bunch of collabs with him. I love him to death. He's a great guy, and we've made arrangements to see each other face to face for the first time. I'm super excited. So we'll probably hang out. I'll probably record some of the things that we do. We'll probably do some collaborative videos. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm super excited to hang out with Riz. And then from Utah, I am going to travel to Boston. And in Boston, I am going to visit one of my really close friends. He was one of my groomsmen at my wedding, as well as the Gamerette, Alex the Gamerette. I'm gonna be crashing at her place a couple days. And probably doing some collaborative stuff with her, so that should be cool. And visit among other people's. So that's one of the major things that's coming up in my life very soon, and I'm super excited for that. So thank you for asking, Inquisitor Lavellen. Ashley Birch, Tiny Tina, R&D, special side quests in the campaigns maybe. Still need to catch up on those. Oh yeah, Q&A time. I hope Luke Porter and Troy Baker return to Telltale Batman series. Both were in Arkham series. Oh, that would be super cool. Yes, I am definitely playing the Batman. Pretty much almost virtually anything that Telltale makes, I'm pretty much going to be playing it and live streaming it. Troy Baker's in everything, so maybe. I wanted to ask if you ever considered playing The Witcher Wild Hunt. I always feel like you would enjoy that because it's so choice-driven. So, okay, a lot of people have been asking me to play The Witcher, and I never want to say no to playing The Witcher, but the big thing I say about The Witcher is that the reason why I shy away from it, and the reason why I am not skeptical, but the reason why I wonder if it really is the game for me is that I enjoy RPGs that are party-based, that doesn't just have one main character running around. I like party-based games like Dragon Age, Mass Effect, Earthbound, and games where you don't have that, even if they're chock full of choices, even if they have a very rich story, I tend to not have as much fun with them. It's just from my own personal experience. Like Deus Ex Human Revolution, for example, it was a fun game, but I didn't enjoy it nearly as much as the other ones. So I don't want to say that maybe Witcher is different. Maybe Witchers would be an exception to the rule, and maybe that would completely change my opinion of games that are not party based. But it's just because of my track record. My track record has made it so that if I don't have a party, it's not as fun as it could be for me. And that's the only reason really why I have not started playing any of the Witcher games yet. But I'll never say never. We'll see. Just got back from helping clean and made my lunch. Yum yum. Woo food. I'm stacking cookies now. How far through Once Upon a Time have you gotten, AA, and what do you think of it? Oh, thank you for asking. Okay, yes. Once Upon a Time is a show that I have been binge watching. I have been marathoning through that show for the last 2 months, and I love it. I love it, love it, love it. I'm a huge Disney fan, and I thought that they did a fantastic job of basically making a series based on Disney characters that the entire family can enjoy. Like, either from little kids to adults, everyone can appreciate it. It's darker. I was very surprised by how dark the show gets, considering how it's owned by Disney. I think that many of the main writers who write for the story are the ones who wrote for Lost. But even though if you guys thought that, Lost ended up not being such a great series near the end, so far I really, really loved it. So if you want to ask me about anything specifically about Once Upon a Time, I'll put a spoiler warning before I start getting into it. But I love it. I'm up to date. I've gone through all the seasons so far. I'm so excited for the next season. I really love it. I love the style. I love how, each episode has part of it taking place during present time and part of it taking place during the fairy tale land, Enchanted Forest, and all of the other lands there. I love all the different characters. I love it. I love it. Love. Definitely one of my favorite shows that I'm following in the recent years. So I can see that it's not necessarily for everyone. I can see that not everyone would notice it, would enjoy it as much as I do. But it's definitely a series that if you are a fan of Disney, you would enjoy it. But don't expect like I said, Disneyfied themes, as in it does get dark. There are serious consequences. At the same time, it's not like Walking Dead. It's not like Walking Dead and Game of Thrones, levels of people dying every which way. But characters do die off. I thank you for asking me that question. I love it. Do you plan on checking out any E3 coverage I'll be able to watch live on Sunday, Monday? Have to catch the rest on playback. I'm going to try to. If there's anything, if I watch any of the E3 stuff and I feel like there's something that I can discuss a video on, I'll definitely seriously consider it. Because I always love learning about E3 stuff, especially when it comes to games that are upcoming that I'm interested in. AA, is there going to be a Walking Dead Series 3, June 12? Season 3, 12 June. Is that when Walking Dead Season 3 starts? Is June? I'm not sure what the question is. I fall into fantasy. Could you repeat that question again, please? What was your favorite dialogue in a Telltale game? AA. Dialogue. By dialogue, you mean conversation? Okay. So my favorite conversation in a Telltale game so far is actually a conversation that I didn't actually get during my normal Let's Play of the game. And that is a conversation that happens between Reese and Vaughn. I think episode 3? Yeah, I feel like episode 3, Reese and Vaughn, if Vaughn never got paralyzed, there's this conversation that you have with him while Loaderbot is clearing the wall of blocks or something, clearing some sort of barrier. And it's basically a very simple conversation where Vaughn is confiding in Reese about their friendship and how insecure he's always been with Reese, because Reese has always been this really cool guy and he's always been this nerdy guy, and he always felt like he was this nerdy sidekick. I thought that whole scene was so beautifully well done, because I care about Vaughn and Reese. quite a bit, just watching them talk about their friendship and Reese being able to reassure Vaughn how much he does value Vaughn as a person, and Vaughn, his friendship with that was really cool. Sort of also included in that is this really this cut dialogue. I'm gonna post it on Twitch. There's this dialogue that was cut out of the game where Vaughn actually, it almost seems like Vaughn was coming out to Reese, like telling Reese that he might be gay or bisexual, or he mentions how he sometimes experimented a little bit with some of his other guy friends, and somebody actually made, if I can find it, somebody actually made an animation for that scene, not made by Telltale. All right, I'll put the link in the description below. For those of you who are watching this later on YouTube and not live, I'm gonna put a link of what I'm talking about. But basically, it's a link to somebody's animating Vaughn's conversation that was cut from the game that I talked about, where he was talking about love and not ever feeling actual love before, and just confiding in Reese about that kind of stuff. So really, so that's a very good question. Hopefully you guys like my answer. Let's see. I never watch E3 stuff, but I'm sure there'll be cool recap vids. Well, I'm going to go stream Doom. Have fun, Mecha Michaelis. I'm not super into video games. I only care about Pokemon. I love Pokemon as well. AA would be interesting with more co-ops. Yeah, I definitely want to do more. I'm trying to do a co-op with Gamerette soon. Actually playing Dragon Age Inquisition multiplayer for the first time. Yes, I've had the game for almost 2.5 years now, and I've never touched the multiplayer. So Gamerette has never touched the multiplayer either. So we're gonna be playing with some other people to get our honest, blind thoughts about Dragon Age Inquisition multiplayer, hopefully, with that collab. That should be a fun time. Have a fun trip. Thank you, Sylphwind. Maybe you've talked about this before, but since you've replayed Dragon Age a couple times, would you ever consider replaying the Dragon Age games and try out different choices? Well, I have done that. Over the years, I have played through all of the Dragon Age games, including the Origins 2, many times, getting different choices. If you're asking would I record that, I could, but if I did that, then I wouldn't have time to do other games. And I feel like my Let's Play time is better spent playing other games, new games that I've never Let's Played before, versus a game that I have already played many, many times. Dragon Age Inquisition was an exception to the rule, just because A, I just love the game so much, and B, like the experiences with all of the different romances that I wanted to romance with, like from Dorian to Iron Bull to Cullen, was enough to feel that I actually could make interesting enough, entertaining enough content with other playthroughs of the same game, if that makes sense. In between jobs, it's hard, huh? It is. That sounds like fun, Hark. I hope you have a fun, safe trip. Thank you. I don't know, they're making different choices, but I have seen another person replaying the game on a super difficult mode. I think I just want to enjoy the story mode. The story choice is more than the challenge. Yeah, I agree too. I agree myself. Hey, would you be interested in doing more Resident Evil series after doing Resident Evil 6? Yes, I've always wanted to. I wanted to do many of the other Resident Evil games that came after Resident Evil 6, like Resident Evil Revelations? The ones that takes place on the ship. And then the one that has Claire Redfield and Barry Burton. I wanted to play those games. I just haven't had the time. Again, it's on my list. I have this ginormous list of games that I want to play, which includes all these other games that people have suggested to me. I do take your suggestions in serious consideration, and if it seems like a game I would really be interested in playing, I put them in this long list of games to Let's Play, and I am constantly updating the hierarchy. Like, things get moved up, other things get moved down. It's a living document where I'm constantly deciding what game do I feel like playing next and what the priority is. And Resident Evil just has never been able to filter to the very top yet, such that I had gotten around to play them. But am I interested in Let's Playing them? Yes, absolutely, because I love the Resident Evil series a lot. And it's something I would so be interested in if life didn't kind of keep me from playing all the games that I would ever want to play in my life. You should play the fan-made Mother 4 if it's finally getting finished, or even an LP of Mother 3. It's amazing, though how hard it is to do attack combo or an emulator or whatever. I want to play Mother 3. I want to play the fan-made Mother 4, because it looks awesome. I would love to Let's Play both games, blind. Many people asked if I would do a voice-acted Let's Play of Mother 3, which makes perfect sense, because I did a voice-acted Let's Play of Mother 2, or Earthbound, so I understand. The problem is, well, first of all, Earthbound is like a 3 going on 4-year-long project, and it's a lot of work, and this is for a game that I've already played, so it helps me to be able to make jokes or have content for a VA Let's Play of a game that I know well, frontwards and backwards, and you know, it makes more sense for me to be able to make a voice-acted Let's Play of Mother 2. Since Mother 3 and Mother 4 is a game that I have never played before, I would want my first-time experience just enjoying the game and playing it blindly, because once I start doing extra work to do a voice-acted Let's Play of Mother 3 and Mother 4, it becomes a chore. It'll become a chore very quickly, and I think that's a horrendous way for me to experience a game for the very first time. So that is why I will not do a voice-acted Let's Play of Mother 3 or Mother 4, at least during my first playthrough. If I beat the games and I have the time, again, taking consideration Earthbound is taking me 4 years to finish, if I have the time, but based on the Earthbound track record that's very slim, but I'll never say never, I may go back and do a voice-acted Let's Play of Mother 3 and Mother 4. But we'll see how life is at that point to see if that will ever become a thing. I've never played The Witcher, only because it's way too dark in my opinion. I watch on occasion with my mother for a few months. It's an interesting series. Going to Boston too in 5 weeks. I'm so excited, but I dread the long flight. 12 hours. Oof. Well, 12 hours is tough, I understand. I'm used to flying all the way around the world to, like, the Philippines. I go to the Philippines probably once every 3 or 4 years, and that's pretty much a 24-hour trip. So that's twice the time that it takes for you to travel to Boston. So it could be worse. I've definitely have flown in a plane on my way to the Philippines for 12 hours. I think that's the longest flight I've ever been on a plane, and that's just one of 3. That 12-hour flight was just one of 3 flights. So, dark games are always going to be popular. I don't know much about it, but Geralt's hot shot. Good luck. I've never flown planes, but I hear they're a drag. They're better than traveling, though, through a car and using a lot of gas money. Yeah, I prefer planes because if you're going somewhere long distance, then I prefer the plane because it gets me there a lot faster. And B, flying long distances, you should count your blessings because, you know, I remember back in the day when I was a wee young laddie where there were no handheld games. You didn't have the Game Boy didn't exist yet, or any other handheld games. You certainly didn't have, you know, games on cell phones. Cell phones wasn't even a thing for a while, so you didn't have any of those things. Most planes didn't have movies or any other sort of entertainment on them. So count your blessings. As awful as a plane ride seems like now, trust me, it was worse before. And as a little 5-year-old kid who had to go on a 24-hour flight to the Philippines during a time where I always seemed to get sick just before I had to fly anywhere, a sick kid to the Philippines, bored out of his wits because he didn't have any movies or video games to entertain him, I have little sympathy. So let me just put it that way. I have less sympathy because I don't know how it was before with plane rides. Now, by comparison, it's a luxury. Not saying that it couldn't get any better, but it definitely could be a lot worse. I loved The Flowing Pains. Man, now I have to check out Once Upon a Time. Yeah, give it a try. Give it a try. I think that the premise is for Once Upon a Time is that the fairy tale characters that you know of end up getting trapped in our world, and if I say any more, it's gonna spoil it. So just know that it's basically taking all these characters from like Snow White and Beauty and the Beast and Ariel and Cinderella, and they all get plopped into our world, and then shenanigans. But it's deeper than that. And they keep flipping back and forth between what's happening in the real world and what happened in the past back in fairy tale land. And virtually whatever is happening in fairy tale land in the past has something to do with the plot that's happening in present time, because it all connects. And everyone on there, male and female, pretty much the entire cast, male and female, is smoking hot. Smoking hot. So that's a little enticing too. AA, do you want to see more of the 400 Days cast in season 3 of Walking Dead? I would, actually. I felt that they were shamefully underused properly in season 2. Telltale really should have done more with them in season 2. So if they did come back in season 3, I kind of doubt that they will. But if they do, I hope they do more with them. Yeah, but I love The Witcher personally because the choices are so hard to make. You question yourself, and even then you never know if you made the right decision, and maybe it has a horrific consequence in the end. Which I do like. I do like. So again, I'm not saying that I definitely would not enjoy Witcher 3. I just have concerns, and because I have concerns, other games have taken priority. But it is on my list. I just don't know where it's on my list at the moment. But it's not at the very top just yet. Much for your life, but I felt why you would not consider playing it, Hark. Right? Hark, if they made it possible to romance Lucas, 1, would you? 2, what would you hope to see in it? I would love for us to have obviously the answer is yes. I would love for it to be possible to romance Lucas. I would like to see it done with respect. I mean, with all the joking aside, I know we like to make off-color jokes about Lucas and his pants and everything in between, but in all seriousness, like, I want them, if they were gonna take that next step from friendship to being more romantic, I would want them to be able to take it seriously. And because Lucas, he's not the kind of person who jokes around, so he's not like a Zevran, for example, so it would be out of character if it ended up being some sort of a caricature of what a romance between two gentlemen would be like. I'd like it to be very similar to the bromance that was happening with Vaughn and Reese, like I said before. The cut recording that Vaughn made, which I'm very disappointed. A lot of people are disappointed never actually got into that game. That's a very good example of a dialogue that I would have loved to have seen between Reese and Vaughn. I don't think that they would necessarily touch on the aspect of homosexuality explicitly in this game, especially since it's geared more towards younger audiences. And I am an advocate of exposing younger audiences to the concept of homosexuality as early as you can. I don't think that there is any reason why you should be shielding. This is me personally. This is my personal opinion. I don't think that there's any reason for you to shield your children from something that is very real and that, in my opinion, there's nothing wrong with, and, I don't think needs to be censored in any way. So I think as long as they have that really tight relationship and they show them just, being really sweet with each other, that's all I would want. And a healthy relationship. I think there's too many stories in the media where at least if you have the same gender romances, they're not the most healthy of relationships. Sometimes people die, especially like in the movies. But anyway, and this also goes for female Jessies who want to romance with Lucas. I think if you're gonna let male Jesse have a romantic relationship with Lucas, you're gonna have to have the females have the opportunity as well. And maybe the females can also have a relationship with Petra. That's actually would be really cool if Petra and Lucas were both romantic interests. I doubt that that's what they're gonna do, because I feel like that would depart from the story of Minecraft story mode, but that doesn't mean that one can't dream, you know? By the way, Hugh is the name of the tranquil in your campaign, right? That is correct. I saw some of it, but it was late night and I was half asleep. So yes, H-U-E, Hugh. Yes, as in hue, as in color, which makes a lot of sense considering what his main hobby is. But he also used some kind of paint magic later, and that's why that's his name. Or was it because they were in the crossroads at one point or something? Should probably pay more attention, which should make watch y'all's RPs. Yes, a lot of Hugh's name is because he is a pictomancer. Pictomancer, Latin meaning picture or paint, and paint is associated with colors, and that's where Hugh got his name. Hugh's the name of the tranquil. Okay, maybe I should write some bits. Hey, I was saying is a teaser. What I was saying is a teaser for season 3 of Walking Dead will be released in June 12. I was just telling that. Oh, okay, cool. Teaser. That'd be really neat. I might react to it. So that would be super cool. Got the rights to make a Batman. Telltale got the rights to make a Batman thing. Maybe they'll do something with the lesser known obscure superheroes. That would be cool. I'd rather see that. I mean, nothing against Batman, but I'd rather see other people get the spotlight more. I totally agree. Because even with the Marvel series, the movies, what I love about what Marvel does is they try to make movies for heroes that were not necessarily mainstream. I said this before, like, I didn't know Iron Man. Before the first Iron Man came out, I knew of Iron Man. I had heard about Iron Man in passing, but most people that I knew, that I was friends with, like, didn't really know that much about Iron Man going in, and now he's more mainstream. Ant-Man, again, I went in not really knowing much about Ant-Man, and it's more mainstream than it was before. Defenders of the Galaxy. Chris Pratt helped a lot with that, but in general, like, it's cool to be able to learn more about the comic book universe and meeting more superheroes than just your Batman and Superman and all that. And even the TV shows like Daredevil. Didn't know much about Daredevil, but the series is very popular. Green Arrow. Again, didn't know much about Green Arrow, but the series is really popular. The Flash, and so on and so on. Let's see. Go to the rights. What are some movies you're looking forward to this year, A? Okay, so many of the movies that I looked forward to, obviously I love superhero movies, so I wasn't sure if I would like them, but I at least was looking forward to seeing how they would turn out. Of course, Batman vs. Superman. Of course, Captain America Civil War. Of course, X-Men Apocalypse. I've already watched all 3 of them. I do want to watch Warcraft. I was gonna watch it on Thursday, but Riz Grester and I agreed that we would wait and watch Warcraft together so that we could both possibly do a collaborative review on Warcraft together, which will be very interesting because Riz has never actually played any of the Warcraft games before, and I heard that might be a problem, so maybe it might be interesting to get it from a perspective who's never actually played the games. And I've played the original Warcraft 1, 2, and 3 back in the 90s. I've played them all. And I played a little bit of, like, a week, not even a week, a few days of WoW, and that's it. But I play a lot of Hearthstone. We'll see. I heard that if you don't play any of the WoW games, that you would be totally lost. You'd be like, who is that person, and why do I care about that person or that place? But we'll see. Other movies that I'm looking forward to, Finding Dory. I did really like, back in the day, maybe it was because I was younger, but I did really like Independence Day back in the day when it was first released, so I am looking forward to Independence Day Resurgence. There's another movie I'm looking forward to. Anyway, those are some of the big ones. I think another one that I'm looking forward to is, I have it on my calendar. Independence Day Resurgence. Oh, Star Trek Beyond. Yes, Star Trek Beyond is the other one that I'm also looking forward to. There's a lot of movies this summer that I've been super interested in. What's the next game release that you're looking forward to? Okay, well, besides the obvious being Mass Effect Andromeda, just recently, Seduce Me Otome 2, the Demon Wars was just released last week or 2 weeks ago. I have started recording a Let's Play for that, and I'm enjoying that thoroughly. Obviously, Walking Dead Season 3, obviously everything that Telltale Games is coming out with. Those are all the games that I can think of off the top of my head that I am excited for. I mean, yeah, and Mass Effect Andromeda is obviously the biggest one. Bravely Default is a hard party system, but I hear DS capture cards are kind of pricey. Not worth it unless you want to LP a lot of different DS games. Yeah, that's the problem. Is I don't have that many DS games. I have way more PC games that I can Let's Play. Then that'll keep me busy for a while before I start, doing DS games. What do you hope to find in the next episode of Minecraft Story Mode? I guess the big thing is, maybe not necessarily the next episode, but the last episode. I'm going to repeat what I said before. Ruben, a version of Ruben to come back. Somehow they are able to bring Ruben back. What a great way to end the series is for Ruben to somehow return in some form. I don't know how they would do that, but I think that would just be the icing on the cake if they... Because I think it would respect... I don't think it would mess up the death of Ruben, like the gravity of Ruben's death that much, because you basically went through 4 episodes of him dead, and I think that's enough. And just bring him back. And have him fight Winslow. That would be pretty awesome. I never finished a Pokemon game. I always buy them and never finish. Just like I'll buy Sun Moon and never finish. It's Pokemon. Yeah, I finished Platinum, and when I got to Platinum, I actually legitimately completed the entire Pokedex. And I was so excited that I got every single physically owned in my PC, every single Pokedex up through Pokemon Platinum. And then I thought, all right, I'm just gonna stop here while I'm ahead, and then not worry too much about, well, hopefully one of these days I'll be able to complete my Pokedex in future Pokemon games since Platinum, but they take a long time, and they pump them out pretty darn quickly, once a year. New Pokemon game comes out once a year. Well, I plan on getting Inquisition, but I need to complete Origins and 2 first. I think you should. I think you really should. You'll appreciate Inquisition a lot more if you do. Oh, that was so heartfelt with Vaughn. Yes, it was. Inquisitor Lavelle and Hark, I'm going to be doing an LP of DA Origins soon, and I was wondering if you have any advice. Okay, so I mean, when you're doing I guess Let's Plays for the very first time, obviously try your best as much as you can to get as decent equipment, have a nice enough mic, have a nice enough webcam. If you're going to do webcam, I would recommend not jumping into webcam right away. It's just so much easier to do just an audio commentary. But don't feel the need to splurge on any high equipment yet, especially if you're just starting, because, you might not know how committed you are to it. Maybe you'll try it and you'll end up loving it, and once you decide, yeah, this is something that I want to do on a regular basis, this is a hobby I really want to commit to, then maybe you can start investing in more expensive equipment. But you don't want to start with more expensive equipment only to decide that, this is fun and I might do it every once in a while, but, I'm not going to do it often enough that it, constitutes me spending however much money on equipment. But in terms of getting started, don't pay too much attention on your views or your subscribers. If you're going to Let's Play, do it because you enjoy Let's Playing. Do it because you enjoy the games that you're playing. Do it because you enjoy sharing your experience with other people. And if you end up getting a lot of viewers and likes and audience members, fantastic. But you cannot let the numbers, you can't let the numbers of views, and you cannot let the numbers of subscribers, you can't be dependent on those things to be happy with your Let's Play. You need to be happy first, and in doing so, you know, hopefully you'll be able to get a large enough audience if that is your goal. Because by the time you start pressuring yourself, oh, I need to have this many subscribers, I need to have this many views, then it becomes more like your motivation shifts. You do it not because you enjoy it, you're doing it because I need to make all of my videos perfect and awesome so people will watch me and subscribe to me. And in my opinion, that's not a good way to go about it. Just, know that not everyone is going to become a PewDiePie. Not everyone is going to become a Markiplier. I am never, ever going to be have a fraction of the subscribers of any of those people. And even when I started, I was perfectly cool knowing that. If you do become that successful, awesome. But just know that it's just like in show business. A lot of people who are passionate about acting, they're not all going to become Brad Pitts, or they're all going to become, Jennifer Lawrence's. So hopefully you're doing it because you enjoy doing it. And if you enjoy what you're doing, and if you enjoy what you're playing, then that'll reverberate, is that the right word? That'll show in your videos, and it hopefully will be contagious to the people watching you, because if you enjoy what you're doing, hopefully the people will enjoy watching you enjoying what you're doing, and your commentary probably would work out well. Do a lot of editing. I'm very, very, very particular about how I edit my videos. Basically, try to make your videos such that when you watch them, if you were watching yourself, but you're not yourself, if you were watching your videos as if you were a third-party person watching your videos, is this a video that you think was something you would enjoy watching? Or are there aspects of it that you would like to improve upon? I make it a point that I don't post a video until I feel that if I were somebody else and not me, and I was watching my videos, I would enjoy them. Otherwise, I don't post it. I don't post the video. So that is my personal quality assurance when it comes to things like that. Hey, what is your favorite puzzle in a Telltale game? Favorite puzzle? There hasn't been that many. The only one that pops into my head right now is the only one that pops into my head right this moment is the pencil rubbing puzzle in Walking Dead Season 1. I'm sure there's a better answer for that. I have a better answer for that, but that's the only thing that pops into my head this very moment. Aha, they're easy to finish, at least the main story. I procrastinated an XY to Wonder. Trades collect and end up being way over leveled for the E4. I'm like 8 away from completing the decks. Legendaries are almost impossible to get a hold of. I still play Sun and Moon, but not gonna attempt any decks completion until, other than all the new pokes, I guess. You're very talented at task driven. I'm confident you'll find another job in no time. Well, thank you, Crown V. I appreciate it. I totally want some kinda knit crochet doll plushie of the burb of the owl. Oh, are you talking about the new starter? Rowlet, I think? Rowlet's definitely would be my starter choice for the next generation in Sun and Moon, personally. And I feel like I'm more of a sun person than a moon person. Plushies are a way of life. Sorry, gotta go. I love this live stream, eh? Good night, all. See ya, punks. Hi, Tyler. I still think you should play Phoenix Wright. Oh yeah, Phoenix Wright is another series I wanted to start playing. The logic makes huge jumps though. They're cool to see people solve. Yeah, Phoenix Wright is another one I want to start playing too. Hi Sylphwind, hi Tyler. I'm beat you guys. I'm beat. Bye guys. See I Fallen Fantasy. Sweden to Detroit, Michigan is brutal sometimes. Good luck with job hunting, AA. Thank you, I Fall Into Fantasy. If only we have very private jets, comfortable plane rides. I remember flying with just a book in my CD player. Yeah, I mean, you have things to pass the time. As long as I can tune people out, don't have creepers sitting next to me, I'd be fine. Or kids kicking me in the back of their seat. How far is his chat behind? Pretty far, I think. Since Once Upon a Time is popular, maybe a live-action version of Fables would be cool too. Yeah, would love that. Fables is an awesome graphic novel. That's just bad parenting. I've never been tempted to kick seats at all or anything like that when I was young, but I was pretty calm. I hope that I'm able to keep my kids from doing that. Zevron, Zevi baby. Zevron's alright, I guess. Origin Zevi, I'm not sure what that abomination was in Dragon Age 2. Of course, Alistair is still the one, BAH rule. And Alistair was a bit of a potato head in Dragon Age 2 as well. BH 2 is full of WTF, yeah. Yep, but I had one kid kicking my seat nonstop, and I was so annoyed, and normally I don't get angry easily, but geez, I screamed at that kid to hell and back. Well, yeah, whoever was watching that kid should have been on that. Poor DA2, it got rushed out the door and suffered because of it. I didn't know the word for it, but I pretty much figured out I was pan when I was like in 6th grade. Oh, cool. You can always have fanfics as well. I do, fan games. Rovim and Rover, two of mine. Fluent. I'm seriously gonna write a fanfic for Hark, like one shot or something. Oh, that's sweet. I would love to read it. That'd be cool. A needs to get a P.O. box so we can all send him goodies. Like someone make him a nice Lucas plushie and maybe we can see him do a blind unboxing vid and squeal over it. Aww. I mean, nobody has actually said that they wanted to send me something. So, if people want to send me something, I will look into sending a P.O. box, or to be perfectly honest, I might just give you my address and you can just ship it to my address. Doesn't really make much of a difference to me, honestly. We have written a while. I hit a roadblock in the DA intervention comic though. I got one page uploaded. And it's good, by the way, Lavellin. I don't know much about superheroes, but more female stuff would be cool. A few internet people I know really like Squirrel Girl. Not sure if it's a webcomic or something under a bigger name like Marvel, but maybe an adaptation for that will be made one day. That's okay, I always have these ideas in my head, but I've yet to commit anything to paper. I think it's nice that you've made some of your ideas concrete. Haven't seen it, but people said Batman vs. Superman wasn't as good as they expected, but I'm sure we'll get a DVD of it eventually since my dad really likes action movies. I didn't feel like it was as bad, Batman vs. Superman. I don't feel like it was bad as people tried to make it seem. I wouldn't say, I think a lot of people make a lot of very good points about why the movie was not as good as it could be, but I think it got more flack than it deserved. Just my personal opinion. The page on your DeviantArt section, yes. They think they made another Hitman game again. I don't know if it's better than the first one. I am still working on it, but the first part is Gwenail, and I have a really hard time drawing him for some reason. Oh. Thank you, Sylphwen, for the compliment. Squee, Demon Wars. Looking forward to that one. Woo, seduce me. Yes. Yes. Oh, yes. Damien is such a sweetie pie. He is my personal cinnamon roll. I love that. I love that boy. Damien is so cool. Looking forward to that one. Woo, seduce me. Yeah, I saw Seduce Me 2 was out a few weeks ago, and I was like, oh boy, Hark's going to love this, I know it. TBOE creator was releasing facts weekly or something before release to build up hype, and there was some really interesting facts about the lore world building, especially something connected to Damien, but that's all I'm saying. I don't know if I've gotten to that yet, so that's interesting. Oh, Hark, I sent you a link to a video on YouTube, and I thought you would like it. Involves Seduce Me. Okay. Matthew looks really good in the new art style, but I'm just biased. I love it. Oh, I love Matthew too. Tebow is also in the Unicam studio game. It's so odd hearing her speak when I'm used to her Diana Yandiri-chan voice. I wouldn't have known it was her if I hadn't known ahead of time. And lol, that's a great voice acting range. I really want to hear Hark and Lady of Sanity do a DA discussion vid. That'd be awesome to watch. Ooh, that would be really cool. I really love Lady Insanity. And Gamer MD83. I've tried to reach out to Gamer MD83 several times, mostly by messaging her privately on YouTube. because I thought that we would get along really well, and I thought that we would make some really cool collabs together. Unfortunately, she's never responded, and it could just be because she just gets a lot of messages, private messages, that maybe she filters a lot of them, or just didn't really get around to responding back to me. So if any of you know MD Gamer 83 and think that she might actually respond to me, that would be really cool, because I think that I have a lot of respect for her. I'm subscribed to her, and I'm a big fan of her material. And I've always wanted to, get my foot in the door and try to establish some sort of YouTube friend relationship, but it's never happened. Lady Insanity, though, I've never actually reached out to her formally, but I think that we would get along really well, and I thought we would collaborate pretty well, and we seem to be interested in a lot of the same things, and I would love to get into a discussion with her. So I don't know if you think that's a good idea, then let me know. Um, yes, that would be awesome. That would be something. Too bad there's not a specific Dragon Age specific con. It'd be easier to meet up with fans that way and start discussions. That's really true. Hark, you're awesome, and since you don't have a huge subscriber base, you can keep a relationship with your viewers. Thank you so much. It means a lot. Yeah, I mean that's kind of why I like the number of viewers that I have. It's not that huge. I mean, it's not insignificant by any means. Don't get me wrong, but I kind of like that there is just enough of you that I can actually give you guys more attention with these streams. For example, I've been on streams with really popular Let's Players, and there's nothing wrong with this. I mean, mad props to them. Where the chats are just like flying. The chats are flying because there's like hundreds and thousands of people on the chats, and they're constantly typing, and I wouldn't be able to interact with you guys intimately if that were to happen. So I think this is a really comfortable. I'm very, very comfortable with the number of subscribers I have. If I don't get any more subscribers after this, I'm happy. I am totally happy, because this is a manageable number. Because, before, the more subscribers there are, then it's harder for me to give you guys attention. Like, for example, it's harder for me to respond to every single comment on a video. I try to respond to as many comments as I can, but the more of you there are, and the more comments are made, the harder it is for me to keep up with responding to people's comments. So if I don't respond to your comment, it's not because I haven't read it, and it's not because I don't care. It just means that I may not have anything interesting to respond with, like nothing really significant to respond with, or B, life happens, and I can only, there's only one of me, unfortunately, and I try my best to interact with you as much as possible. Really, the best way to interact with me, of course, is to join these live streams, and if you do comment, I will try to respond to you. If you send me a private message, I will try to respond to you. Sometimes, though, I don't get alerted. Whenever somebody messages me on YouTube, I don't get alerted right away. So it might take a little bit of time for me to finally respond to you, but I try to periodically check my YouTube messages to see if I missed someone, and try to respond to you as I can, especially if it's an important issue that you're talking to me about, which people have come to me with for. I understand in real life problems, but yeah, editing is good. It slightly irritates me when people's phones go off during recordings. It'd be easier to set it to vibrate unless it's an emergency. You'd expect an important call. Yeah, I try to cut all of that stuff out. Other than as long as LPers just be themselves, I prefer them to be telling stories of their lives, because I just listen to them in the background while I do other things instead of watching them play as well. Yeah. Hey, good to see you. Hey, Gamer Wabe-chan. Thank you for joining live stream. Oh, Kevin! Hey, Kevin! No time no speak. Hey, A in chat. Sorry I missed the live stream, but thought I'd just stop by and say hello. Hey, Kevin. It's always good to have you. Hi, people. Hey, guys. Have you heard of Masquerade? It's a bit of an older game, but that'd be fun LP to watch too. Apparently, Grey Delise is in it and has some good VAs. I'll have to look into that. I don't think I've heard of that one yet. Hi, just tuned in. I haven't played MC Story Mode. How does it compare to other TTG games? It is. I will have to say. Okay, so if you want to know my honest opinion of Minecraft Story Mode, it is made. I think that it was made to gear more towards a younger audience, And it does show when you play the game compared to other Telltale games like The Walking Dead or Game of Thrones. Clearly, this was made for a younger audience. Um, it's not as dark, it's not as mild. That doesn't mean that dark things don't happen or sad things don't happen, but I don't want to say it's watered down, but it's more light. And that may or may not be a turnoff for some people. I wouldn't say that this is my favorite series, but I enjoy playing it because it's still fun. Because I go into the game knowing this is geared more to a younger audience, and as long as you go into that with that mindset, I think you'll enjoy it just fine. But if I were to recommend a Telltale game that is better for people of at least my age group, 20s and 30s, I would recommend other games unless you are a hardcore Minecraft gamer. And if you are a hardcore Minecraft gamer, I'm sure you would appreciate this game just fine. It's all right. It might be more fun if you know about Minecraft, but I think most people prefer the other series a bit more. Yeah, Completo Kiss pretty much said the exact same thing that I said. Heck, if you do set up a P.O. box type unboxing stuff, I'll see if I can send you some of my dad's barbecue. Ooh, that would be sweet. And I could do like a taste testing. The problem with P.O. boxes is that quite often when you do a P.O. box, like you can't send packages. It depends on how big the P.O. box is, I guess. And the larger the P.O. box, then the more expensive. So really, if you want to send me something, just message me and I'll probably just give you my shipping address because, I don't care if you know what my shipping address is personally. Yeah. I know foreign food snacks are common to send, but it'd be hard to wrap the food up and send it to keep it preserved fresh. Yeah, I mean, what people can do is they can send food with dry ice. That happens pretty often. I do get ice cream. I love ice cream. So I get ice cream shipped to me, and there's like dry ice that can be used. But I don't think dry ice is that expensive. I think you can get some relatively cheap. But it's up to you how you want to do that. If you do want to send me because I'm a big foodie, huge foodie, and I do not shy away from weird food at all. So if you wanted to send me something, I will definitely try virtually anything that people send me, as long as it's able to be kept fresh enough, so I don't get a stomach ache afterwards. But I don't shy away from foreign foods whatsoever. In fact, I gravitate toward foreign foods when I go to a restaurant and I sit down. My husband knows this. Colin knows this. He can pretty easily predict what I'm going to order from the menu because it's always going to be the most bizarre, unique, strange, exotic dish on the menu. That's what I get. So, craving barbecue chicken right now. Great live stream. Got to go. Have a great day. By the way, you're my favorite YouTuber. Oh, thank you, Hollow the Wise. I appreciate that. That's so sweet. Thank you. Tiskmania. Mostly common are sweets, though, right? I've seen lots of food tests about that. Yeah, I'm not going to say no to sweets. Yeah, I've seen people try Asian candies and their faces are hilarious. Well, I mean, I've had a lot of Asian candies, so I don't know how entertaining I would be because I feel like I don't get disgusted by food all that easily, but I feel like the things I would say about certain foods would be very analytical and thoughtful. So don't expect that much squirming from me if you send me food. Don't expect me to react like, oh my gosh, what is this? But what I would probably say about the food I'm tasting would probably be thought-provoking or analytical or thoughtful. Yeah, that's always a good one just because we're not used to it. I would send Hark a ton of German chocolate. I heard those are liked over in America. Yes, my cousin is on a missionary. She's on a religious missionary in Russia. And for Christmas, she brought back some of the most amazing Russian chocolate candies. I am honestly not a big chocolate. I don't dislike chocolate, but I feel like I don't enjoy chocolate as much as the average person. But those were good. The Russian chocolate candies with the little like coconut things in them or like toffee-like things in them. Oh, they were so good. The texture was probably what I liked the best. Like they were like crispy chocolates. Anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. But I'm not fond of Asian sweets either, despite being Asian. I think my parents bought corn flavored candy. It was gross, but I'm not much of a corn fan. I do actually like corn candy. I've had desserts with corn in it, so it doesn't. I wouldn't bat an eyelash at it at all. My uncle brought us Belgian chocolates for Christmas once, and that was amazing. Other country chocolates are way better than American ones. I kind of agree. I am super jealous of all of the different flavors of Kit Kat bars in Japan. If you do a search of Kit Kat flavors, Japan or Japanese Kit Kat flavors, there are so many interesting ones that I really want to try. I really want to taste. If anyone is in Japan or knows someone who's in Japan and wants to give me a whole bunch of completely different Kit Kat flavor bars, I would love you because those sound so good. So amazingly good. All right. I had this spicy Mexican chocolate once a friend shared in school. That was pretty good. Yeah, and I also have had spicy Mexican ice cream too. That's good, in my opinion. Ice cream with a bite to it. Yeah, American chocolate leaves a lot to be desired. I can agree with that. I mean, I'm fine by Hershey's as like a snack or something, but it's something I eat a lot of. I do like sweet, but I always tend to crave potato chips more than chocolates. Chocolate covered potato chips are so good, by the way. Big fan. I love the salty and sweet flavors. I tried a lot of Asian sweets because we have a Japanese district in town, and I love trying new things, especially food. But as I was saying, it just tasted off because I'm used to different things. One bakery within a marketplace I go to sold macaroons, and I bought some. They weren't as great as a lot of people online kept saying they were, but they were decent though. Maybe too overly sweet for me. Yeah, I'm addicted to chips. I just inhale them. I tried mochi once. I love mochi. Didn't really like it, but maybe it was because it was packaged not fresh. I also tried conpeito, what my user's name's from, and it was alright. The looks are pretty too. And Ramun's pretty good too, or Ramune, I think I've had Ramune before. Yes, I've had Ramune soda. Because you have to like pop the little marble or something down, if I remember. But I have a soda addiction, and they're a pain to open. I usually have to have my brother open them. Oh, really? Oh, I have fun opening those things. I think YouTube messages marks some of spam if you link vids, if it's a legit thing and not a troll. But yeah, there's some ways to talk like here on Facebook and such. For free Steam wallet codes, clean. Oh, okay. I think we've got a spammer here. So, Conpeto Kiss. Masquerade isn't the full title, but if you search Masquerade Vampire, you should find the one I'm thinking of. Some places will hold packages that don't fit into your box. Not sure if it costs extra though. Now I want to find something to send you. Aw, I will not say no. Well, I'll do that once we get the money and make the barbecue that we can make it. We have 5 or so pork loins to make barbecue with. Since you said last time Filipino food isn't common to see around here, maybe you can cook your favorite Filipino dishes and show us in a vid. That would be so cool. Yes, I should show you guys how to make turon. Turon is, so you guys know what plantains are, I'm assuming. They're like bananas. They look like bananas, but they're not as sweet as bananas. But they use are in a lot of desserts because they're not mushy, they're firmer, so it's easier to make them in desserts. But the Filipinos, we make something called turon, which is basically a plantain egg roll. So think, the egg roll wrappers, and you take the banana and you put jackfruit in the middle of them. If you don't know what jackfruit is, it's a tropical fruit that tastes a little bit like mango, but not quite. It's a lot smoother than mango. But yeah, you put that in and you wrap the lumpia or egg roll wrapper around it, deep fry it, glaze it with honey or caramel. Oh my gosh, guys, so good. So good. And so simple too. How about elf fruit? Elf fruit. Matcha Kit Kats are the best. Oh, I would love to try matcha. I'm a big fan of green tea. Green tea is my go-to flavor for a lot of things. If I go to Smoothie King, I love the green tea tango. If I go to Starbucks, green tea latte all the way. That's my jam. I'm a big fan of green tea. Yeah, for Christmas, in fact, that's what I'm drinking right now. I am drinking mango green tea right now. My one of my friends who was DMing a campaign, whenever I came to her house, I always seemed to drink all of her green tea. So she started having an entire gallon. Every time we would play D&D, I would come to her house, and there would be a gallon of green tea that she would have in the fridge just for me, and everybody else, all the rest of the group has their own separate gallon of green tea. It's one of my vices, I guess. Yeah, for Christmas I had tea-flavored Kit Kat. Kinder chocolate is the best. I've had Kinder chocolate. I actually do like Kinder chocolate. So maybe that's why I'm not a chocolate fan. Maybe I just don't like American chocolate as much. I like Butterfingers and I like Snickers, but American chocolate in general, I guess I do definitely prefer foreign chocolate. And by foreign I mean not American. Foreign to me chocolate. I shouldn't say foreign. I should say foreign to me, to the United States chocolate. Sorry, I meant barbecue sauce since we have the meat for it. Boba bubble tea is good though. I'm not too fond of tapioca though. I feel like it's weird to order it without the balls. I'm sure some people do it though, and there's a few Asian markets in the area, so it's easy to get a hold of Asian ingredients. Yes, Kinder chocolate. I just want to try takoyaki though. I don't really like bean paste. Maybe it's filled with a different kind of filling instead. I love takoyaki. I'm a big fan of takoyaki. Taiyaki. Takoyaki is the octopus. Yeah, I like takoyaki. I don't eat seafood. Taiyaki, I have not tried yet. I love boba and taiyaki. I haven't had the takoyaki. You know the thing that people are making nowadays, I keep seeing tutorials for them in videos lately, is the raindrop cake. I heard that it's, it doesn't taste amazing, but I love looking at the people making them. It seems like the kind of texture. I'm a big texture person when I'm eating, and the texture of it just looks so good, and it's supposed to taste like rainwater, which may not sound like that's super exciting, but I feel like I would love it. So I'm really tempted to get the ingredients and make myself some raindrop cake, because it just looks so beautiful and looks like so much fun to eat, to consume. You're making me hungry. Sorry, Professor Lavelin. I really want to try croquettes and Japanese-style fried chicken. There's a Japanese place in food court of one place I go to, but most of their stuff is sushi, so I haven't eaten there yet. I usually get pho, and it's pronounced pho, not pho. It's pho, which is important because there is a restaurant that I know of called the Pho King restaurant. So yeah, telling your friends they need to go to the Pho King Okay, anyway, pho, not pho. So I haven't eaten there yet. You usually get pho or dumplings, but maybe if they had soba or udon, I might try it too. Oh my gosh, I want to try all those things. There's a tea shop down here that once I get matcha tea with lavender in it. Ooh, it was so good. If you're ever in this area, I'm so taking you there. What area are you at? I'm not a huge tea drinker despite being Asian, but I really like peppermint tea. I think I drink coffee more though, so I'm still getting used to the taste, but I usually like mochas, anything with caramel in it. Oh, it wasn't matcha, it was Earl Grey, but I know they have green tea. I think I prefer hot chocolate more, but it'd be cool if there were experimental drinks out there like there are with food. Okay, now I'm getting hungry since we're all talking about food. I know, right, Mark? Pho. With the very odd face. Flagstaff, Arizona. Okay, I think I've been to Arizona twice? Yes, I think I've been to Arizona twice. 3 times. Unfortunately, one of the times was for a funeral that happened right after my wedding, unfortunately. But the other 2 times were business, so not so bad. Thank you so much for watching, especially to Audience Egg, Crown V, Alfaremo, Gamer, Wabechan, Inquisitor Lavelin, Kuramis Girl, Mark31250, Rabe T, Remiru, Kevin, Petha, the Sylphwind, Siskmania, and Zephinia92. Thank you for hanging out here till the very end, although Kevin kind of cheated because he kind of snuck here at the very end, but I'm going to say his name anyway. Thank you for sticking around with me till the very end of this playthrough, until I go to the next Let's Play live stream. Hope you guys had a lot of fun. Yeah, so we'll hopefully do this sometime very soon and hang out more. I'm gonna take a shower, inner break. Night, everyone. Great party as always. Thank you guys. 31520. Thanks for the stream today, Hark. It was a great time as always. It was fun hanging out with all of you. Okay. Mwah. Love you guys. And until next time, love yourselves and love each other. See ya.